Hey guys, Zangetsu 134 here, bringing you another My Hero Academia vlog. This time we'll be looking at episode 23, Deku versus Kachan, part 2. Rather, Izuku versus Kachan, part 2. So this episode takes place more or less at the end of the Provincial Hero License Exam arc. We've got 2 more episodes, and basically they're doing the twice backstory moment that actually took place at the very end of the Provincial Hero License Exam before this fight, but here they're putting it in after. This is mostly probably due to the fact that it takes place during the Provincial Hero License Exam, but it's not it's not nearly as important to put through there, so they're putting it more towards the end of the story, since it's going to be introducing some new villains to the story. Villains which won't really play into this season, but rather the next. They're also introducing some new characters, particularly the big 3 of UA, which I'm not going to really talk about right now. You'll see them more next year, because there's no way there's not having another season next year. We're getting another season of My Hero Academia. The show's too popular for it to not be that. You also have to forgive me if I'm looking over to my side. I got something new that I've been waiting to fiddle with. I got it this weekend, but I had work and I didn't have time to fiddle with it. But I guess I could show you guys. Yeah. Oh yeah. I found it at Ollie's for $50. Titan's Return, Titan Class Triptychon. Oh yeah, I've been waiting forever to play with him. But anyway. Before they do that, I have to do a vlog, especially because I feel bad that I was going to try and get this out a little bit earlier, but it just didn't happen. So here we've got probably the 3rd most important part of this arc, or at least the part that people are going to remember. In my opinion, it's 3 things that people are going to remember from this season: the fight with Midoriya and Muscular, the fight with All Might and One for All. Or All for One, and finally the fight between Izuku and Bakugou. And I will admit, this is probably when I read the manga, this is where I really finally decided that I liked Bakugou. Like, I still had problems with how he acts, and I still do, but I think this episode really cements just what exactly goes on in the mind of Bakugou, in that he's been so prideful because people have told him he's going to be destined for great things. And basically, since the beginning of the series, he's just been shown time and time again that the walls he has to deal with are high, and that he still has leagues to go before he can really surpass All Might. And I think that'd be hard for anyone, even like someone of All Might, or of Bakugou's caliber, since he himself is quite powerful, but he still has to deal with the fact that he, has met a lot of people that are way stronger than him. Whereas Midoriya has had to put up with the fact that he knows he's not as great as everyone else, and he has to, deal with the fact that he's not as strong as other people. He has to deal with the fact that he's still learning to control One for All. And it's going to be a long time before he can really overcome it. Sorry, I'm trying to get the light to not shine in a way that's going to bother me. Actually, I wonder, can I? No, I was trying to see if Triptychon could hold up my my phone. All right. And so, this fight basically is where we finally see Bakugou get his character development for this season finished, and in doing so, he finally becomes a more well-balanced character. And the fact that him Bakugou, or him, Midoriya, and All Might now all share the secret that Midoriya now has the power that All Might wielded, and that he has leagues to go before he can truly awaken its full power. And I will admit the fight scene is incredible in this. We get a lot of really fluid motion and great like just animation all around the fight scene. This is mostly due to the fact that it's the same animator that does like all the really important fights, particularly Todoroki versus Midoriya, All Might versus All for One. I'm not sure if he did Izuku versus Muscular or Stain versus Izuku, Ida, and Todoroki. I would assume he does because they all look really well done animation. And I'd admit, like this is why I get frustrated with like Naruto's special animation because this looked really nice. It looked fluid. It really popped out and it looked really nice. If I had any problems with it, actually no, I don't think I had any problems with the animation in this fight. This fight was really well done. I couldn't believe how nice the fight animation looked. You can tell when it's not when someone else is animating it though. Like whenever they would show like little Izuku chasing after Bakugou, or like flashbacks, you can totally tell when like the animation style is changing to a different style, especially with the colors. The colors kind of, and I don't know why it is, but like it always seems like with special animation in anime, it always seems like the color kind of washes out a little bit. It might just be because of the fact that they're constantly doing fluid motion, so the color kind of saps out because you have to keep the animation fluid. I mean, it just was really, really well done. I don't know what much to say because it was just a really nice fight. My particular favorite moment was right before Midoriya, I think, delivered his 8%. His 8%. One for all full cowling punch was when he like did like a tornado spin. You can kind of tell a lot of the animation stylings were like I think they kind of took some cues from like Bruce Lee and stuff for their fight choreography. Just because like in manga like you get snippets but the problem with that is it makes with animation you have to fill in the gaps. And I think depending on who does it, it looks really well done, or it looks kind of garbage. Like for instance, Naruto versus Pain with the Wile E. Coyote, or with the Sonic feet Pain and him jumping out of the water like a dolphin. Which there was no water in the original Pain fight, so I don't know why he was jumping out of the water like a dolphin. The really awful animation of like the QB like pulsing out like. Okay, it's supposed to look like he's like, the QB is like undulating chakra and it's like flowing out of him, but it looks like he's like turning into like chocolate pudding. It's like bubbling over and it doesn't look good to me. Oh, or that stupid scene where he pounds Pain into the ground with a slab of rock. Like that was way too cartoonish for a fight that's supposed to be like, the fight where Naruto is giving into his rage. Especially when I compare and contrast to like the fight between Ichigo and Ukiura when he goes into hollow mode. And while that animation isn't nearly as nice, it's still a way better fight just because of the fact that like it doesn't do stupid stuff. It realizes the weight of the fight. What gets me is most people don't agree with me and think that like that fight is fine and I'm just being. But, like, the faces and stuff just look awful because they're doing squash and stretch. And just because squash and stretch can work for cartoons doesn't mean it always does, especially if you're trying to do a more serious, action-oriented show. But that's no problem with My Hero Academia. While they do have maybe some somewhat silly faces, it looks more natural. It doesn't look like their faces are melting and stuff. I like the ending where but yeah, I like the ending where Bakugou actually manages to like grab him and use his fire to just pile drive Midoriya into the road that they're fighting on. What else? I really like the I really like just like all the different like moments where Midoriya actually manages to like either hit or keep Bakugou from reacting. And like I said, he actually manages to go all the training he did at the training camp and the training for shoot style. His body has managed to get stronger, even if it's only like a 3% increase. Or now he can fight at 8% instead of 5%. And I know that seems like it's a small, but I like it because it shows that Midoriya is getting stronger. He just needs to find ways to get stronger faster, or at least better contain the power of One for All. Like I said, I think the fight's really well done. I like the part where All Might actually even apologizes and says that it is partly my fault that you're like this, that you feel responsible for my retirement, even though it would happen sooner or later, and I'm glad that I did it to protect my students. And now you two but now it's your turn, you two's turn to get stronger so that you two can become the greatest heroes alive. Because he knows that out of all of them, Bakugou and Midoriya will probably become the most powerful and strongest of the group. Just because they already inspire the others to be much better than they already are. But yeah, no, like I said, I think it's a very well done episode. And I don't really have much else to say other than it was a really good episode. Like, the fight's really good. I think the fight speaks for itself. It's about Midoriya and Bakugou trying to reach an understanding, and how Bakugou has all these feelings he can't describe because of the kind of person he is. That he can only get them out by fighting Midoriya, so that he can, especially because Midoriya is the only person he really has a connection with, aside from Kirishima, and he can't talk to Kirishima about these sort of things. So, and he really can't talk to Midoriya either, but he, instead tries to, reach him another way. And that's through a fight, so that the two of them can finally work out their emotions. And I like that because it's where they finally start becoming more like actual rivals and somewhat friends, even if they act like they're not. Especially at the end, when when they're doing their punishment by Aizawa, like, Midoriya actually wants to talk to him about the fight, and Bakugou actually gives him honest advice about how to improve his fighting style. Particularly, he telegraphs his moves too much, and as well as the fact that last part where he combined his legs with his fists, actually got him off guard, and in his words, it made me the maddest, which that was from the translation or the subtitles I watched. In the manga, at least in the American manga, he said it ticked him off. Not the nice way of word for tick, but the other one. I try not to swear. I know in the Avengers one I swore a little bit, but that was kind of a special occasion. And I try really not to do that. But, it's whatever. But yeah, in summary, I think this was a really good episode. Its animation is fantastic. In terms of the 3 major fights, I think this is actually the third. Like, I like it, and it's a decent character moment for Bakugou, but it's not nearly as emotional for me as, like, All Might's final fight, or Midoriya versus Muscular. Just because Midoriya versus Muscular was such an important moment for Midoriya. In that it's really his first time being a full-on hero, even if it does end with him pretty badly hurt. But yeah, in summary, I think this was a solid episode. It's such a shame that, like, the next 2 episodes are gonna basically be cooldown episodes to get you ready for the next season. But otherwise, I thought it was a very solid season. I'm looking forward to what the last 2 episodes will get us. This episode was really great. And I can't really say much more just because, again, it was a fight episode. But yeah, no, it was really good. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. Kamen Rider Zio will be coming Friday. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow, but I'm not gonna do the vlog. I kind of want to, again, keep these spaced out, especially because I only have 2 more episodes, and after this, it's going to be purely Kamen Rider. I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything special for Halloween. I might look at the Ghost of McDuck McManor. The couple of the Ghost episodes from the new DuckTales series, since there is like Ghost episodes. I'm not sure yet. It was like I said, I stopped watching the DuckTales series for the vlogs just because it was hard for me to find time to watch them, and that meant I was going to be doing 3 series a week, and I know that seems like it's manageable, but I work a full-time job, so it's hard enough for me doing 2 series, and why I'm looking forward to like the rest of the holiday season after September and early October, that I won't be doing both My Hero Academia and Kamen Rider together. I'm actually kind of looking forward to just doing Kamen Rider and doing once a week vlogs. I know that's probably kind of frustrating for some people, but I might do some other stuff. I've got some plans coming up that I might be doing over the week, not this weekend, but the coming weekend. If any of you know, it's My Hero Academia related, so you might know what I'm doing if I say that. But anyway, guys, I think that's gonna be it. I don't mean to drag it out. I just kind of wanted to talk about. I always like to at the end of my vlogs to talk about what's coming up next, just to give people an idea of what you'll be watching. So anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for this My Hero Academia episode. I hope to see you all when the next one comes out. So until then, guys, I'm Zangetsu 134. Take care.